Cool. So my final tip here is about scarcity. And this one is something that you do really have to plan for. You have to obviously think about if you're able to support this from cash flow and think about your inventory standpoint. But if it is possible for you to figure out how to launch with limited inventory, even if you're kind of faking that inventory and just putting a limited number out for sale for the first part of the launch, this can be hugely successful, with the side note of like, you really have to know what your customers want for this strategy to work. Because if you launch something that's not exciting to them, it's not going to sell out. And the goal with this is really to sell out on the first launch. So you're announcing that you're launching, limited inventory. And then eventually, like, you could do that strategy that Austin was just talking about, continuing to update people until you sell out. You want it to be within a pretty short window, obviously, like don't let that go over a month. And then when you sell out, make sure that you have a really solid wait list on that product page so that you can collect people's emails. And then when you launch with more inventory, you have a list that's really hot and excited to buy that. And wait lists in general perform really well. So that's a strategy that you should just have on your site all the time. But what I really love about this is that it like kind of sets the tone for future launches in the future, where if customers start to realize that every time you launch something exciting that it sells out, that's going to just drive them to purchase immediately, not only when you're launching, but just in general. If they see something on your site and they know you tend to sell out, they're going to want to buy it because they know it might not be there tomorrow. So it's great training for your customers. It's urgency, it's FOMO, like huge drivers for conversion. And then also it can be just really exciting if you're sending those emails and things are starting to sell out. It just feels exciting, feels like a hype. You can also drive that on social if you have an audience there. So I think it's just a good strategy. My favorite strategy probably across the board. And then the last thing I'll say about it is like this is going to work the best if there's some type of like novelty about this product. So
Sure.
Something around like an anniversary for the brand, or some like re-release of something that used to be a bestseller, or something that has a reason why you're launching with limited inventory versus just like, we launched a new necklace and it's limited. Like have a story behind it to really tell people why.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'll bring up one thing that we heard from a client, somebody in the membership. They were telling us that they'd had a lot of success recently with 1 hour flash sales via SMS and they were a custom downhill ski company. And so they were launching like custom cool skis, and they'd do like a 1 hour sale and then they'd be gone after an hour. And I think that can be really powerful, especially with a product launch. It's like, hey, for the next hour, you get this. This product is being released and it gets maybe a bonus or whatever, or this is the only time you can get it. They said that the hour versus the number was more effective for their flash sales. Mm-hmm. But I think this partners quite well with what you're talking about, limited inventory.
Yeah, if people don't have time to think about it, they're much more likely to act immediately. So